So, this is the curtain raiser for Culture Date with Dublin 8. It's a festival that's gone on here for 6 years in Dublin 8. Started quite humbly. By this time last year, when we did a similar show, it was just 2 days. Now it's up to 5 days. I think it's going to go up much, much longer as the years go by. It's now spread over 60 venues, I think. And I can't remember how many partners, we're going to find out in just a minute. And there's one, to me it looks like it's bigger than Electric Picnic at this stage, but you wouldn't realise it, because for two reasons: it's spread out so much. It's over more days than Electric Picnic, but it's also, most of the events are free. They're paid for by Dublin City Council, so thank you for doing stuff like that with our taxes. But anyway, one person is in charge of organising the whole thing. It's some job, and her name is Grace McEvoy. Will you please say hello to her? Yeah.
I'm not used to being up on the mic. I'm used to being behind the computer. I only come out of my cave once a year.
It's all right. This time last year, you did an interview with us when we did the show down the Circular, and you were crippled because not only were you trying to organise the whole festival, but you were trying to organise the whole festival while your back was killing you. So how is it now?
Oh. The back is improving. I didn't realise I had a couple of slip discs in my back until I got the diagnosis on the programme launch, and I was like, oh my god, that's why I'm in so much pain. But I'm 60% there, just lots of physiotherapy.
Good for you. So, Dublin 8, Culture Day with Dublin 8, you're the boss. It's expanded from 2 days up to 5 days. Was I right in saying what I said? Is it across 60 venues this year?
Yeah, so I think it's actually maybe across over 40 venues, but we have over 60 programme partners. So yeah, as we said, it's across 5 days this year. Usually it's a weekend event, but due to popular demand, we have extended it to 5 days. So it starts on Wednesday the 8th to Sunday the 12th of May. And I was doing a little bit of a recap, kind of reflection on when it started in 2017. And I think that year we had a humble 7 partners, and I think last year we had around 30 or 40, and this year now we have over 60.
Wow.
So yeah, it's growing.
And the question is, how much do you think it'll grow?
Good question. Probably as much as I allow it to. I don't know if I need to curb it, but if I can, build more of a team kind of around it as well. I got an amazing support team this year. They only came on board maybe about 6 weeks ago, but we have Patrick here on the social media, and then Jenny, who was performing earlier, she's my admin support as well. So yeah, we have a really nice close-knit team, and so it's great to have the support. So.
What is the biggest difference between last year's show and this year's? Obviously, it's much longer in duration, but what have you added?
So I suppose, it's grown from a 5-day to a 5-day event. Obviously, it's grown in size. I suppose the program as well has expanded, so there's lots of different elements to the program. One of the things as well I wanted to mention was, some of you may have noticed that we have a new website. Yay! So, yeah. Because up until this point, I was actually building the website myself on Wix, and it was really kind of cumbersome and annoying for me. And we actually got a web design team to start building it last year in November. And the name of the website team is called Path, and they really helped, I think, bring the vision to life. And the website is really accessible. It's really easy for people to find out what's going on. And I think it's really fun, and brings all the elements.
What is the name of the website? Is it Culture Date with Dublin 8?
.ie.
.ie, very good. Tell us a few highlights. What are you looking forward to going to yourself?
So it's kind of difficult to pinpoint a few, but I suppose I wanted to kind of mention a few special commissions that we did this year. So I don't know if anybody has heard of the Humans of Dublin project. It's a very popular project. And the guy who runs it is called Peter Varga, and he basically interviews people on the street in Dublin, and he takes their photograph and kind of shares their story. So we've commissioned him to do a spotlight on the community in the Liberties this year. So he has basically kind of roamed the streets of the Liberties over the past kind of number of months, and we're doing an exhibition as part of the festival, and I might need a drink of water.
Drink of water. There's
like-
clean glasses over there.
Thank you.
While you're doing
I have
that,
a bit of a
I
cough
think
on me
I
as
heard,
well.
weren't they on the radio during the week, the Humans of Dublin?
Yeah, so some of the stories, like they're really interesting stories. They were so good that actually like the Irish independents started stealing the stories
Right.
and posting them as their own. So that's how good they are and the stories. So yeah, we have over 20 of them that we're showing as a large-scale exhibition as part of the festival. So
And where are they showing?
so that's in the bank on James's Street.
The bank, the old Bank of Ireland, I think, is it? It's literally across from the Guinness Brewery. One of the
Yeah,
days to Guinness Brewery.
it's run by the Digital Hub, so it's right beside the Digital Hub.
Right,
Yeah.
right. What else would you recommend?
So another commission that we did was with an Irish comedian called Anya Gallagher. So she's kind of known as like the queen of offbeat, and she's like, I suppose, a guerrilla style kind of Irish language enthusiast. And she's doing, it's called the Cup of Fuckles, and we built her like a giant teacup, and she's basically going to be around the different venues in Dublin 8, and she'll be doing her kind of Cup of Fuckles sketch. So yeah, it's all about kind of the Irish language, and yeah, engaging with people in the Irish language in a really fun and like playful way.
One more highlight.
I have to think about this.
Think about this one. Well, last year when we spoke, you were talking about Richmond Barracks, which of course is another great resource in the area, and there's a lot of very interesting lectures on. I went up to see Brian Kerr, the former Irish manager, who at this stage might be the next Irish manager as well, and he gave a really interesting talk about St. Pat's Athletic.
Yeah.
I don't think he's on this year, but I think the guy who wrote the biography or the history of St. Pat's.
Yeah, Dermot Looney.
Yeah.
So he's doing tours of St. Patrick's Athletic kind of football grounds, but I think that the tour is like sold out in like an hour maybe.
Right.
Yeah. So they're very popular over here, St. Pat's, and I guess like there's so much on. Like there's walking tours, there's history talks, documentary screenings. There's a late in D8 program, there's music, performances, spoken word, exhibitions, open studio spaces, and as well like kind of behind the scenes tours as well. So I think that's one of the things I really like about the program, where yeah, these spaces like Patrick's Cathedral and Christchurch kind of open up their kind of spaces that you don't normally get to see. So there's a few tours like behind the scenes.
Very good, very good. I think the audience will get upset if you don't give away another box of beer. What do you think? So, oh my God.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't have any prizes to give.
That's all right. I think the whole festival is your prize. So this now is once again festival tickets for Rascals. Oh, so you're knocking over the thing. And another box of Rascals beer. Can we think of a question? Famous song written about a famous execution in Kilmainham jail. All right, I'm sorry. The people at the front get the advantage here.
I actually can't see.
So,
I blame the lights.
St. Pat's.
See up here.
So, folks, will you put your hands together, please? Grace McEvoy, the organizer. Well done.